Peace and love, peace and love. Damn, I just realized it's all good. Peace and love, peace and love. I hope all is well. This morning, I don't think this video should be long. I don't know though. But I wanted to just kind of follow up from my last video. On the last video, I ended the video saying or asking, are you going to be building or begging? And you know, I uploaded it and everything, and it was like after it like aired, I watched it, and I mean, I don't think it was like harsh how I said that, but I do understand that it is possible for somebody to see it and possibly feel a way. Now, I'm saying to you now that it wasn't meant in any way. It wasn't meant to make you feel a way. It wasn't meant to put you down. These videos are never to put people down or hurt people. But it is to bring awareness to some things. And so me saying or me asking, are you going to be building or begging? I don't know. Just when I watched it, I was able to see the perspective of someone watching it who doesn't quite understand, you know. And if they don't quite understand exactly what I meant and exactly what I was saying, that could come off as hurtful and offensive. Now, it wasn't to me, you know, and it wasn't my intention, but I do understand that, you know, especially for people that a lot of this stuff is new to you or new to them, it could be like building or begging. You know what I'm saying? What you mean I'm gonna be begging? Begging what? So I wanted to just clarify that, just take a few minutes to just break that down so that we understand that we're not getting caught up on the wrong thing or the wrong part of what I'm saying in that. So I was really trying to gear everybody towards seeing that times are changing. If you haven't noticed already, times are changing, and things are not the same way they were 3 years ago, you know. And the reality is things are probably not going to ever return to the way that they were. Love that beautiful sunshine this morning. So there are some people, there was even a guy at church last night. I had a rehearsal, and there was a guy that was like, as we were leaving, he was saying like, man, I'm ready for things to get back to normal, man. You know, and I mean, I don't think he's the only person in the world who has had that thought, you know, at some point in time. But I think that the truth of the matter is we're going to have to accept and understand and accept that it's never gonna be the same way it used to be. Like, it's not, you know. And And if you're hanging on to that, like people who are wanting it to get back to normal are kind of in a waiting position. So you're waiting until things return to normal for you to get back to your normal, or whatever you feel like normal would be for you. You're waiting until circumstances change and go back to the way you remember before you start moving, before you start doing anything. And that's in a way kind of hurting you if that is your thought process still. I could see like when we first started, kind of having the quarantine, the early stages of it, when we first were kind of like, we didn't know what it was going on, what was happening. We were all kind of like thinking it was something that was just going to pass, because we thought it was just about the quarantine, to some extent. Now, and I'm speaking like on the surface, because I think the spiritual people, and I'm not saying religious people, there's a difference. The spiritual people really knew exactly what this time was, but so spiritual people were kind of knowing what to do when this time arrived. We knew, and I'm not gonna make it like that, like, it's not to separate people. I don't want to do that, but I'm just trying to help give some understanding to what I meant by building or begging. So people who kind of identify as spiritual, or kind of, have been kind of utilizing this energy to tap into some things, start creating some things, because that the shift is taking place and that whatever you touch is going to be successful. So some spiritual people were like not taking this as, man, I'm down, man, we quarantine, man, I want to go back outside, man, dang. Spiritual people were more kind of like, man, this is perfect, like, let's get some of all these energies away from me, so I can be free to really tap in and create without all the negative energy so close, and having to take those and be around those energies every day. So, said all that to say this, as if you weren't necessarily in that knowing and in that understanding of the time, it's fine, but you could have been one of those people that's just like, man, I'm just ready for this thing to get over with, I'm ready to get back to normal. I even heard a guy at work yesterday saying, man, when will these mask mandates be over? I'm sick of it. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, man, I listen and seek to understand everybody and every position that people take, and I'm not here to judge any of those feelings and thoughts and opinions. I just take it in so that I understand that perspective. Whether or not I agree with it is irrelevant. It's just, I just try to understand that perspective. I understand the person that's tired of wearing a mask. They want to be free to take that off. I understand. I understand the guy at church who's ready to get back to normal. He wants to be able to do the things he used to do. I understand. What I want to say on that, though, is if that is the ceiling of your thoughts during this time, then you're probably one of those people that may end up in the begging position. But I still haven't explained what I mean by begging, because I don't want everybody, I don't want you to think I'm calling you a beggar, or I don't want you to see the word beg and think only homeless people beg, so now he's calling me, I'm gonna be homeless or something. Like, I didn't say those words. I said building or begging. And I'm gonna further explain. So if all you've been thinking about is, man, I'm ready to get back to my normal way, man, I'm so ready to take this mask off, and not having the thoughts of, man, I'm so thankful for this time that I've been able to really see myself and see these things that were internally going on with me during this downtime, and I've had time to correct those things and make myself a better person and prepare myself for life moving forward, because it's different. It's gonna be different. And you know, if you grew up religious, or if you, I mean, I guess in any sense, spirituality, you've always kind of heard of the battle of good versus evil. And you know, we're really coming down, or we've already come to that place in time where that is the great divide, the great separation. Now, we've got some distractions right now to divide people on other matters, which is not beneficial. And even tapping into those energies to get into those small battles is going to distract you from what we really need to be focused on. But my point is that if you were one of those people that's just only concerned about when you'll be free to take your mask off, or thinking, man, when I'm gonna be able to go back outside like I used to, when we're gonna be able to go party like we used to and do things like that, if that's been your only level of thought with this, you're probably gonna be one of those people that I'm talking about. Now, let me tell you what I mean about the begging and what I'm saying about begging. You may potentially be one of the people that has to, because you did not take this time to better yourself, to invest in yourself, to you know, mend, you know, certain relationships, whether it be with your parents, your siblings, your co-workers, your whatever, your spouse. If we haven't been like, you know, and it hasn't only been about mending. Some things have been revealed to you in this time. You've learned that certain people that you thought were certain people aren't certain people anymore. You know, we've learned so much in this time. If you've been tapped into this time has given you so much. It's been in a time where the world is chaotic and on a way down, a downward spiral. It's possible that your life has been seemingly going up if you tapped into this time, you know. So for people who haven't, when the great divide, or when the time comes, there are going to be some people that's caught in the middle. And not in the middle because they don't know if they want to go left or go right, but in the middle because they don't even know that there was a left or a right. You know, like, so wait, I was supposed to choose either left or right? I was supposed to choose good or evil? You know, like, and if this is still too deep, then, you know, maybe I'll have to further explain that one day. But right now I want to explain the building and the begging. That was really me showing you that if you haven't been, and it doesn't mean a physical build. It doesn't mean you had to go build a building. It didn't mean you had to necessarily, but you could have been building yourself. You know, you could have been building your mind. You could have been building your physical strength. You could have been building your finances. You could have been building your character. There's so many things you could have been building. But if you haven't been doing these things for yourself, if you haven't been strengthening yourself and preparing yourself for the time, then there's a possibility you will end up over here begging for understanding, begging for knowledge, begging for help of what to do. Because I didn't know. I was focused on, man, when can I take my mask off? I was focused on whether you vaccinated versus unvaccinated. I was focused on whether you chose Democratic or Republican. I was focused on whether you were Christian or a Muslim. We're focused on all these human battles, and we're forgetting about the spiritual, which is really the most important. Even the black versus white battle, man, that does exist in our human existence. There is racism, there is, all these things, and I'm not saying that those things don't matter. I'm not taking that away, man. There's been a lot done. That's a whole nother video to even talk about that. But all of that is a mind thing, that displays itself in the physical world. But it's a mindset that a person must have to think or to act on those types of feelings and thoughts. And those people do not really have full control of their mind. They haven't taken the power back to think for themselves and be free-minded individuals. So they kind of just follow whatever tradition or family thinking that has been in place for however many years before them. But building or begging. Some people are going to be caught in the middle when this thing goes down, and whether or not they're on this side or this side. And it's not going to always be, like I said, because they can't choose, but a lot of them weren't even aware that they needed to be choosing during this time. That not sitting and waiting for all of this to finish before you make a move. You're sitting back on the sideline while the game is being played, the battle is being fought spiritually, and you're standing on the sideline waiting until, man, when they gonna say I can take my mask off? I'm not doing nothing until I can go back outside again. And you haven't been taking this time to really just build yourself. So when everything falls down, those people are going to be caught in the middle, and they're going to be, when they realize that, oh man, so I was supposed to, then they're going to be begging for somebody to just grab their hand and pull them out of that. Please help me out of this, please. Man, just teach me. I'll listen now. Just show me what I need to do. I don't want to, So that's what I meant by begging. I said it like in a quick ending to a video, like, what I mean? But I don't think in me saying it quickly like that, people will probably take it on a surface level of like, that I'm saying you're gonna be begging for food or something like that, which I wasn't. I was really talking about something deeper than saying building or begging. But I just wanted to clarify that, just for anybody who may have felt any type of energy off me saying that. I didn't mean it that way. And I hope this further explains and helps you understand exactly what I meant in saying that. So I'm at work. I'm going to make the most of this day, the best of this day. And I hope you do the same. Peace and love. I'll see y'all soon.